One. Welcome to this wild Wednesday here at Palm Springs Stadium for this matchup between the Palm Springs Power and the visiting Southern Nevada Coyotes. My name is Justin Lee alongside Stephen Buxton tonight, or should I say Mr. Buxton.
Justin, how's it going? It's going to be a good night. The Power coming off a really weird game yesterday. They started out and put up a couple runs, and then the rain that was going in and out all night, we thought we might have gotten out of it, but it finally comes back, and it was, I think, the third or fourth inning, and I heard for the first time we had a weather delay that actually finished the game. We had about an hour delay, came back, a couple new pitchers came in. We obviously couldn't send Hudson Meyer back out there because he had been sitting around for about an hour at that point. But all that matters is the Power put up a big number on the scoreboard. They put up about 12 runs. The pitching was solid all night, and they took home their third win of the year.
Yes, third win of the year, a big one indeed, and they're taking on a team who's kind of a little bit mysterious in the ways that they kind of have put their roster together. But before that, we're going to take a little break here for the national anthem. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Live inside the Agua Caliente Casino booth here at Palm Springs Stadium. Justin Lee alongside Stephen Buxton. Tonight will be Lucas Zach back up on the mound. 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I should say, he pitched in Game 2 back on May 31st. Threw for 4 innings pitched, 17 batters faced. He gave up 2 hits, 2 hit by pitches, and 4 strikeouts in that game to secure a win 9-2 against the visiting Utah Labs. Comes back in here another game, another day, and see if he can try to knock down some Coyotes here tonight.
Yeah, and I mentioned it in the pregame. The big thing with Lucas Zach, he's got a solid arsenal. It's a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam. He'll throw that here and there to change the eye levels, just to change the movement. The slider will play well off that as well as the changeup. But he needs to throw strikes. He needs to throw more strikes than he did last time. Last time out against the Labs, the second game of the season, it was 19 balls to 26 strikes. It was still well over 50% strikes, but you just need to get that higher. That's a lot of balls to throw in just 4 innings when he didn't have that high of a pitch count. So he just needs to pound the zone more. He hit 2 batters. He didn't walk anyone, so he got away with it. It was still a good outing. He only allowed, I don't think he allowed a run in that outing. So the ERA is still at 0. He can get this team some length. It's a Division I arm, so it should be a good night for the Power.
It should be. And last night was also a very good night for Power pitching. 14 strikeouts in total, retired 14 batters. Last night, Kenny Keller had the nod starting off, and then we had the lighting before game. Then we had the rain delay in the middle of it. Took him out, brought in Trevor Eby, and the rest was history.
Yeah, and I mean, from top to bottom, everyone had a solid outing out there. Anthony Sanchez scuffled just a little bit, but we've seen enough of a track record from that guy to know that he's going to get back on the mound soon. It's going to be a good performance. I mean, at Viterbo this past season, his ERA was a little above 4, but if you took out 3 outings of the 10, it was around 41 innings pitched. I think it was 7 or 11 earned runs. He had an ERA in the low 2s, basically, outside of a couple blow-up outings. So he's going to be a great piece for this Power bullpen. He might even get a start here and there. But other than that, it was just another great win for the Power.
Definitely. And some of those other guys, too, that we've been paying attention to. Tyrone Woods, again, was lights out. Only gave up 1 hit the first hit of the season, but 6 strikeouts to go with his little short career here with the Power so far. But tonight, let's start a lineup for the Southern Nevada Coyotes as they face off against Lucas Zach. Landon Blaze will be the leadoff man. Gunnar Myro will be in the second hole. Cooper Chef right behind him. Keone Young is our beer batter tonight, so we'll kind of keep an eye on him. $2 beers if the beer batter strikes out for the next 10 minutes. Michael Albanese is in the 5th spot. Matthew Zaroli is the DH at the 6th spot. Ryan Hunter is at the 7th. Kyle Iverson and Drake Kanjioka will be in the 9th hole. And like we said before, Wild Wednesday. Tonight is $5 margaritas here at the ballpark. We've also got a small group of people from State Farm Insurance here with Cindy Piper, who's visiting here tonight. As Landon Blaze will step into the box and get set here. Another great day for baseball, indeed. Here's the first delivery. That looked like a heater. Missed the strike zone just a little bit below. For a 1-0 count to start off here. Next pitch is delivered, and that one is also very low in the strike zone. So a little bit of a, I don't want to say a rocky start yet, but he's behind here with a 2-0 count. There's the next delivery. That's another heater. Got the outside corner of the strike zone for the first strike. Scoreboard, I don't know if they're off or not, but they have a 1-2 count. I have a 2-1 count, but here we go. 4th pitch of this at-bat for Landon Blaze. Here's the delivery. That one's upstairs. They called a strike, and that takes him down. So was it a 1-2 count and a strikeout to start off for Lucas Zach?
Yeah, Zach pulling out a good chunk of the arsenal there. It looked like a couple two-seam fastballs and then follows it up with the slider just off the plate, and it's a perfect pitch. Coming off a couple fastballs over the plate, he gets the slider into that right-handed batter's box against the lefty. It's impossible to hit.
Here's Gunnar Myro in the second hole, steps into the box here from UNLV. A handful of guys from UNLV. That first pitch is in there for a strike. So Lucas Zach, heeding your words, seems like throwing a lot more strikes so far. Got him for a 0-1 count to start off this at-bat. Here's the next pitch for the righty hitter. That one's just a little outside, 79 miles per hour. Makes it a 1-1 count. One pitch on the way. Look, I barely missed the bottom part of the strike zone on this delivery, 85 miles per hour off the hand of Lucas Zach, 2-1 count.
And it looks like Zach early on leaning on that two-seam fastball with that changeup combination.
Next pitch fouled off over the grandstand and out of play towards the parking lot. First foul ball for a 2-2 count on the day. That one's right down the heart of the strike zone. What do you think? We going with the changeup here?
I'm looking for a changeup in the dirt, close to the right-handed batter's box. Keep it in the zone long enough to get a swing.
Here's that pitch. A little bit of an early swing, lines it down the third base line and out of play near the Power bullpen. That was indeed a changeup, 77 miles per hour. A little bit inside, and Myro just having to defend the zone there to keep this at-bat alive. Still remains a 2-2 count.
Yeah, it looked like he just tried to overthrow it, pulled it a little bit, didn't have as much movement horizontal or vertically.
Throws it a little bit outside on the other side this time. He gets with the tip of his bat, fouls it off for the 2-2 count to remain. There's a quick start here for the young man from Cal Baptist. Here's the next delivery, 2-2, remains the count. Delivers, this one's in the dirt. Ties up the count at 3-2. So Myro giving him the what for in this at bat. Here comes pitch number 8 on the way. Sends it on the opposite field. Here comes Gegg racing over to make the easy fly out catch in right field. 2 away.
Yeah, great pitch right there. A fastball low over the plate, so he's got to swing at it either way. It's close enough that it could have been called a strike. And right there, it looked like Myro just got it off the end of the bat, got under it, and you can't do much when you hit it right at the fielder.
Yeah, that's not really going anywhere if that happens. Here is Cooper Chef to step in. Takes the first pitch in the dirt, a little bit low. Chef from UNLV as well. His teammate just flew out in this previous at-bat. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, the bat goes flying down the way. Manager Casey Dill, or is that Dill, tried to catch it, and that ball is way over at the photography stand. Hello.
Looked like that was the pitching coach, Reed Santos, who had to get out of the way.
Woof, nearly took off some heads over there at the power dugout. That thing went flying like a helicopter.
Yeah, somebody get Cooper Chef some pine tar right now.
A little spider tack on the bat, if you ask me. Or just, you know what, just tie the bat to his hands at this point. So it will be a 1-1 count on a pitch that was in the strike zone. He swung on and missed at 85 miles per hour. Here's a 1-1 count pitch. Upstairs. Missed for a 2-1 count.
Even with that miss, though, it's a competitive miss. I know it was high, but it changes the eye level, and with that changeup, he can work off that one.
He goes with a heater instead on the 2-1 count, makes it 3-1 here. We'll see if he tries to challenge him with something a little bit different as he lost control of the ball just for a second and just dropped it on the ground. Here is the 3-1 pitch on the way in just a moment. Zach sets up, delivers, outside, and that will get the strike zone as called by the umpire. So it will be a 3-2 count as Chef was getting ready to go down the first base line, has a turnaround to come back.
Yeah, it's the perfect pitch right there. He went fastball inside, changeup stays over the plate and darts out of the zone last second. I didn't think he was going to get the call, but I guess it was that good of a pitch.
Yeah, so it fends off another pitch down the third base line. Another changeup down in the low in the strike zone, keeps the at-bat alive. And Chef is probably thinking he should have had a walk. He settles back in here. It's a pretty small roster team from Las Vegas, Nevada. There's that next pitch. Sends it right up in the infield. Rodriguez gloves it. Sends it over the first to get the out for Perez. And that will end the inning. 1-2-3 inning to start off here tonight for Lucas Zach. And we'll see the power batters take their first pieces of action in the bottom of the first in just a few moments.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Here in the bottom of the first inning, Jamal Ritter will lead off for the Power here. Rylan Evans behind him. Miles Walton in the 3 spot. Christian Perez at the 4th. KJ Moon, DH tonight at the 5th. Grayson Gegg. 40, Blake Conrad's making his debut tonight at the catcher position. 16, Isaac Rodriguez. And Cohen Goes in the 9th spot. The pitcher for the Coyotes will be Christian Diekman from Chico State. And our very own Charlie Gonzalez is a graduate of that school. First pitch was in there for a strike to deliver to Jamal Ritter, who's in the leadoff spot tonight, was in the 2nd spot last night, and he's been doing pretty good so far this season. Sends one up the gut in no man's land. No one's going to get it as it's out of the reach of Chef, and he'll get in there with a blooper single to start it off tonight.
Yeah, and Jamal Ritter, a part of this not complete roster overhaul, but a lot of the new guys, there's a handful of returners from last season, but a lot of the new guys that they brought in, like Jamal Ritter, Miles Walton, Rylan Evans, really the top of this lineup, they've got so much speed. They've stolen a ton of bases over the first couple of games.
6 stolen bases from last night, and they have never looked back. More than at least 4 stolen bases for the team. And there he goes on the first pitch. Inside, called a ball. The throw over, he's safe. Just got in front of the tag from Iverson, who made the catch there at the second base bag, and Jamal Ritter's got himself yet another bagger.
And that's the kind of speed that Jamal Ritter has. He didn't have a great jump on that. It looked like he was late, but 82-mile-an-hour fastball, it was up, so it was a good pitch for the catcher to run on, but he still made up for it.
He's got a big lead as that one sent popping up in the air on the second pitch. Running over is Hunter. First base position, he's called off. It's dropped by Iverson. It rolls into the foul territory in right field, and Rylan Evans will stand up at second. Jamal Ritter now at third. And they're going to mark that as an error on the second baseman running into the right field side, so E4.
Yeah, that's a disaster defensively for Southern Nevada. Just right out the gate, you've got your second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder all coming in. The right fielder's got to call everyone off. It's not like he was too far. They were all 3 right next to each other. No one makes the call. The second baseman goes after it, and the ball's on the ground, and we've got runners on second and third.
Here's Miles Walton to step back in. Yet another one of those players that has been doing very fine this season. He fouls off the first pitch over the heads of the Coyotes in their dugout on the first base side on a check swing. And this guy has been fantastic. Last night, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, 1 double, and 2 walks to add to his stat sheet totals. Here's the second delivery, 0-1 pitch. Now one gets the inside corner of the strike zone for an 0-2 count. And the combination of Jamal Ritter and Miles Walton has been perfect. This time they've kind of switched it up. Miles Walton's in the same place, but Ritter is in the leadoff spot tonight. Here's the next delivery, 0-2 count, sends it flying up in the air. Right fielder Kajioka backs up. He'll make the catch. Tagging up is Ritter from third. He'll get in there. From second is Rylan Evans to tag up as well. And we've got the first runs of the game, 1-0.
And this is what makes the Power so difficult to beat, Justin. You give them an inch, you give them a millimeter, and they're going to take a mile. They're one of the best teams in the country at just purely manufacturing runs. They'll get that run home no matter what, whether it's a sac fly like we just saw, a fielder's choice, or just slapping a single anywhere. It doesn't matter. They just score runs.
And that's what they did last night, scoring 12. Here's the first pitch to Christian Perez in the cleanup spot as he fouls the first pitch off behind the back net.
And part of that approach is the athletes they have on this team, but a part of it is the fact that they play on a giant field. It's 350 to the corners, 400 dead center, and the wall is about 12 feet.
He goes on a pitch on the outside, sends it flying towards no man's land. It'll drop in front of Blaze. This will score Rylan Evans, and Christian Perez has got himself an RBI single to make it a 2-0 ball game in the first inning.
Great job by Perez right there. He took a fastball in on the hands, and he just kept him in long enough to scoop it into the left field. And, again, it was in no man's land. It wasn't hit that hard, but who cares once you're on base?
This is KJ Moon, who's making his first appearance since the Utah Labs game, Game 2, on May 31st. Watches the first pitch in there for a strike, low in the strike zone. He is DHing tonight. Young freshman from Statham, Georgia. Next pitch, early swing misses for an 0-2 count. Runner at first is Christian Perez. Just scored their RBI single a moment ago. Grayson Gegg awaits on deck. Here's the 0-2 count pitch. But over the top of it, sends it flying, or sends it foul on the third base line and into the power bullpen again. Major league distances at the corners and at that center field wall, 400 feet. We talked about some of those far Major League Baseball fields. That one's lined towards the right field gap. It's going to go take up to the wall as Kajioka races after it, racing around, and scoring will be Christian Perez. And going for third is KJ Moon. The throw and the relay gets a scoop. He's safe and under the tag. KJ Moon got himself an RBI triple to make it a 3-0 ball game.
Justin, we came into the season and we're talking to a couple of the players. Almost everyone said that KJ Moon was their odds-on favorite to be one of the big contributors of the team, really possibly be the best player on the team. He was a highly touted recruit out of Georgia, went over to Mercer, didn't play much over there this season as a freshman. But you can see it. That's his first hit with the power. You see the speed. You've seen all the tools through the first couple of games. And he's going to be a force offensively for them.
He's showing it off tonight. He went 0 for 4 with just 1 run scored in that game against Utah Labs. He switched it up here with the triple of his own to score yet another run with a 3-0 ball game here. And here comes Grayson Gegg, who we haven't seen since the first game against Utah Lab. Went 0 for 1 with 1 run scored and took 3 walks. Here's that first pitch. That one's in the strike zone. Got the lower part of the strike zone as Gegg kind of points at that zone, saying that might have been a little too low. It's a much hotter start for the Power tonight. So far, here's the next delivery, grounded towards Iverson. He gloves it, throws the first to get the second out, but that will score KJ Moon from third, and now we have a 4-0 ball game.
And what did I say, Justin? They just manufacture runs. A fielder's choice, a sac fly, an RBI triple, an RBI single. This team's already up 4-0, and again, they don't care how they put it together. They're not going to hit a ton of home runs. I think the team had about 12 last year. But you'll see line drives to all angles on the field, and the team can just flat out run.
Here's Blake Conrad, first pitch, got the outside corner of the strike zone. Conrad making his first appearance tonight, or for the season, I should say, from San Marcos, California. He's coming here from St. Mary's College, who were recently eliminated from the College World Series, or playoffs, I should say. Not a whole lot of playing time as he pops it up in the air towards that gap in right field. Kajioka will make the catch for the final out, but the Power have scored 4 in the first inning, and they start off very, very hot here on the Palm Springs Power Baseball YouTube channel and Fox Sports 1270. Here, you're listening to Justin Lee and Stephen Buxton. We'll be right back.
Down there is you. And just like us, you're an amazing Palm Springs vacation home. I bet we have a lot in common. Elevated, yet down to earth. A place to soak it up, sip it down, and make a splash. A place where staying in is even better than going out. Not just a place for visiting, a place for living in the moment. That moment when vacation dreams become reality. You're one of Palm Springs' best kept secrets. Let's show you off. Because you're so much more than just a home. You're a destination. You're an adventure. You're an idyllic escape. You're a happy place.
Replaced or repaired? Then go to me. We do it all. Renew installs, retrofit. For 100 years, overheaded to bringing you the best garage doors, commercial door accessories. Whether you garage door for your home, a commercial door for your business, or integrated door seal application, remember the Red Ribbon logo. You are genuine. The original products and service. Red Ribbon for products that are reliable and safe. Our service technicians are trained, knowledgeable, and background checked. Our continued success is due to our exceptional employees. Call 7 760-772-3667. Overhead Door Company. We sell the best and service the...
Welcome back, folks. We're on to the top of the second inning. The Power just scored 4 runs. Leading off is Keone Young, and then after Michael Albanese and Matthew Zeroli will be on in the hole. Keone Young is the beer batter tonight. Here's the first pitch. Fouls it off. 1 down. Power getting way ahead with 4 runs to start it off. Last night, they were only able to score a single run in the first inning. Not a whole lot of scoring after that, but off to an extremely hot start already. There's that next delivery upstairs. Makes it a 1-1 count to Keone Young. Infielder from William Penn University. Zach sets up, throws a pitch upstairs, got the corner on the right side. 1-2 count. So we'll try to avoid giving or raining down beers on the fans here tonight. That one's in the dirt on the next pitch on the 1-2. We'll make it a 2-2 count here.
Yeah, it looked like it was back-to-back sliders there. Just pulled that one into the dirt.
Here's a 2-2 delivery. Fouls it off. He's fending it off. Last time we had a beer batter, nobody got discounted beer. That was a 3-hole guy for the Utah Labs, and he fended them off pretty well to not allow a single person to get any discounted beer. We'll see if that happens here with the 2-2 count. Here he comes with it. And upstairs, missed the zone. We're locked up at a 3-2 count to start off with the lead hitter here in Keone Young. Comes back with it. A little bit of an early swing scooped up by Evans as it's rolled down there onto first to make the 5-3 put out. 1 away. He avoids giving beer to the fans.
Good job by Zach, though, able to come back in that count after falling behind. He gets the fastball high, then he throws the changeup down at the bottom of the zone, gets a pretty bad swing on it to third base, and the fielders do the rest.
Yep, a little bit of an early swing. Here is Michael Albanese. He flies out the first pitch over the grandstand and out of play. Man hasn't decided which school yet or where he wants to play at. Tonight he is the catcher. His teammate Hunter Ryan is coming up. Eventually he's playing out at first base tonight, listed as a catcher, but he's the first baseman for the Coyotes here this evening. Here's the 0-2 count pitch on the way. And he got him swinging, dropped third strike. He'll pick it up. Conrad on to first to take him away. 2 away very fast. Second strikeout for Lucas Zach. And there's 2 gone, and here comes Matthew Zeroli, the DH tonight.
And Zach's off-speed stuff working really well there. Again, another changeup down in the dirt, and he gets the swing for the strikeout.
Here's the first pitch. Upstairs, high fastball misses.
It's been a majority of that two-seam fastball tonight. It's got the tailing action towards his arm side.
He delivers again. That one's popped up in the air towards the right side. Very close to no man's land. Running over is Gegg. And he will not make the catch. It's a foul ball. That one landed in the bullpen. He lost his hat racing over from his right field position. No one could get to it fast enough, and we're here with a 1-1 count. The Coyotes play the SoCal Mavericks, one of the other CPCL opponents, and lost 1-9. That one's in the dirt, and goes right behind Conrad for a 2-1 count.
I'm not sure if it's an approach thing or whether or not he's comfortable with the fastball right now, but he's been almost exclusively off-speed this inning.
Here's a 2-1 pitch. Got him swinging, popped up in the air, racing back is ready. He's got a lot of speed. He runs over to his right side and one-hands it with just a few inches as he reaches and snags it out of the air. And like we like to say here, that might be an El Paseo Jewelers web gem.
Yeah, that's a great play by Ritter. He didn't get a great jump off the bat. Goes all the way back to the wall, and it's just the speed that he can make up for it right against the wall with a bit of a leap and full extension, able to haul it in.
Had a great read on it. That's another 1-2-3 inning for Lucas Zach. Power on the way again as we're off to the bottom of the second. 4-0 still the score.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
On to the bottom of the second. We are 4-0 ball game. You're listening here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and the Palm Springs Power Baseball YouTube. My name is Justin Lee. Stephen Buxton at my side. Here's the first pitch to the leadoff man, Isaac Rodriguez. And that one just misses the outside edge of the strike zone for the first 1-0 count. Rodriguez is coming off a Utah Labs game 2, went 1 for 4, and had a triple. Sends one the opposite way, just out of the reach of Hunter as he dives from his first base position and rolls into the outfield. And a leadoff single for Isaac Rodriguez.
Justin, I talked to Casey right before the season started about the two middle infielders out of COD, Isaac Rodriguez, Michael Gonzalez, and he was really excited for what they could provide to this lineup. It's both, there's two gloves that he really liked having over at COD. They're really comfortable with each other. He knows what he's going to get. And it's a couple bats that just put the ball in play constantly.
And just like he just did, that first pitch in there for a 1-0 count to Cohen Goias, who played last night, came in off the bench in the 6th inning. Went 0 for 2 with a K and a fly out to the center field side. Right now he is still looking for that first hit of the season. He pops it up in the air towards the right field side, and calling it is Myro for the first putout of the inning. So Goiz goes down, and we're back to the top of the lineup with Jamal Ritter, who led off the game with a single, and he scored himself after stealing a base and getting scored right in off an error when Rylan Evans was up. Isaac Rodriguez still at first. Here's the first delivery. A pitch and misses upstairs and outside. There's a 1-0 pitch on the way. Got the outside corner for the strike. Makes it a 1-1 count.
And just back to my point on Isaac Rodriguez, he's not a huge guy. He's probably not going to be hitting cleanup for this team, but just having him there, having that depth, a guy who hit 375 this year.
For pitch going and no throw from the catcher in Albanese, and stealing is Isaac Rodriguez.
He hit 375 this year at COD. He's a great glove up the middle, had 20 RBIs. And he can do that too. He can run. He stole a couple bases. It's a really good athlete to have, and it's a great piece for this team.
That's his first steal of the season. It just came about. He's standing in scoring position now. Here's Jamal Ritter. Bit over that pitch as he fouls it off his right shin and makes it a 1-2 count. And again, the big chunk of this Palm Springs Power roster has a vast pipeline from College of the Desert. They have some action in the bullpen, it seems, for the Power right now. Here's the 1-2 count after the foul ball. He kind of gets jammed a little bit as he sends it flying. And running over is the shortstop, Chef, to get the second out. So two-away, and still runner at second in Isaac Rodriguez. And here comes Rylan Evans up to bat. Came up forcing an error just a moment ago and scored a run in all technicality. And then he scored himself after an RBI or a sac fly by Miles Walton. That pitch, first one in there for 1-0 count. There's a 1-0 delivery, just a bit outside and low for a 2-0 count. Already gone one rotation through the lineup already. The power continued to lay it on this team here, and Diekman will take a step off the pitcher's mound here. Here's a 2-0 delivery. Bit outside. Fending it off is Rylan Evans for the foul ball.
And I know they're up 4-0 right now through an inning and 2/3, but do not expect to see this team hold up Casey Dillon, the entire staff. It's one of the more aggressively run teams you'll ever see.
And there he goes. Isaac Rodriguez will take third as the pitch is a little bit outside. No throw by Albanese to try to get the put out there. That's a second steal for Isaac Rodriguez. So two of them coming here, and now he's in perfect position with two away here. It's a 3-1 count to Rylan Evans. Here's the next pitch. He sends it, tries to pick it up. Young will drop it, and that will score Isaac Rodriguez, and Rylan Evans will get over to first base. And now it's a 5-0 ball game.
Yeah, they're going to rule that an error on the third baseman. It was in his glove, just came right out. It was 95 off the bat. It's a tough play to make, but you at least got to come up with it and give it a chance to get an out somewhere.
And with that, another hit basically erased for Rylan Evans, as he's already forced two errors on the Coyotes defense. Here's a first pitch to Miles Walton, who fouls it off to the first base side and way out of play. This is Miles Walton here with a 0-1 count already. And check over at first base, gets back in there safely. Rylan Evans. Two gone here in the bottom of the second inning. The Power already up 5-0 if you're just joining us. Justin Lee and Stephen Buxton, or Mr. Buxton as he likes me to call him. That's popped up in here to the right side. Kajioka will fall under it and make the catch. They leave one on the bases, but the Power add another one to the board. It's a 5-0 ball game as we're off to the third.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Hey, Coachella Valley, Patrick Summers here, General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Spring is here and summer is right behind it. Don't get caught with a broken air conditioning system. Call us now. Let us get a tune-up done. We're offering a special for $79. It comes with a seasonal guarantee. Call our team today. Get yourself scheduled before the heat hits. Be proactive, not reactive. Go ahead and book at callthegeneral.com or call our offices and we'll get you taken care of.
Off to the top of the third inning we are, and Lucas Zach will take a seat after throwing for 2 innings, struck out 2 batters, and 3 innings in a row. And now they've set up Naun Haro up on the mound here in relief. The returner from 2023 steps back in for his second appearance, local kid from La Quinta, California.
Yeah, Naun Haro, he's a legit Division I arm. He played at Kansas. He's had time at Central Arizona, had time at Southern Nevada. But it's going to be a great fastball. He's got one of the nastiest sliders you'll see out here. And it's just a question of, can he pound the zone night in and night out, basically. He had some time with the power in 2023, had a couple outings, was really good. But right now, he's going to take a big workload this season.
Owen's already had 1 appearance earlier in the week for just 1 inning, 5 batters faced, and struck out 3 of those batters. And majority 12 strikes to 6 balls thrown in that single outing. He will face off against Ryan Hunter, Kyle Iverson, and Drake Kajioka here in the top of third. Here's the first pitch from the lefty man. That one gets the strike zone on the first pitch to get up to Ryan Hunter. He's bounced around a few schools in his time. Central College, College of Southern Nevada. We just talked about Southern Nevada just a moment ago. This is grounded up right back to Haro, and he throws the first for the 1-3 put away.
And he throws a 2-seam fastball almost exclusively, doesn't really throw a 4-seam. And it's got really good movement on that right there. It just ran right into the left-handed hitter's hands. And it sounded like he broke that bat there.
Sounded a little bit much like that here as Kyle Iverson will step in from Gateway Community College. First pitch, swing and a miss.
And we saw a lot of that the other night when Haro came in. It was one of the more wild things I've seen. I think he threw 15 fastballs the other night. Not a single one got contact on it.
He's got some good stuff. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. Fouled off to the back net. Kyle Iverson behind the count here, 0-2. This Coyotes team from Southern Nevada, not associated with the school, the community college out there, but they're run by basically the coaching staff from Southern Nevada Community College. They run their own kids programs and a lot of big camp stuff as he gets him strikeout look in on Kyle Iverson as he goes down.
Yeah, and right now, Naun Haro is just going up to the plate and saying, hey, here's my fastball. It's going to be upper 80s, lower 90s. Just see if you can hit it. And right now, they're not close.
Still looking for the first base runner for the Coyotes. Here is Drake Kajioka in the 9th hole. Right fielder who has made a couple of plays out there in right field tonight. That pitch is in there for a strike as it gets the outside corner. Here's the next delivery. Inside, misses for a 1-1 count. This young man currently playing at Kansas. His father played pro ball in Mexico, and he has the same breakfast game day routine because he has a bit of a superstition. Swing and a miss on a low fastball downstairs. Got a piece of it as the umpire said it was tipped into the glove of Conrad for a 1-2 count. Here's a 1-2 delivery upstairs. Misses for a 2-2 count.
So he started with a splitter inside. It looks like it's going to hit that batter, then gets back into the zone. Then a fastball inside, a fastball away. He goes with one up. Look for a slider here.
Throws it, kind of misses the mark, but the umpire calls it on the corner. Strike 3, looking. 2 strikeouts in a row. It's another 1-2-3 inning here for the Power as they take down yet 9 batters up, 9 batters retired. We're off to the bottom of the third.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed. where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City, facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available.
Welcome back, folks. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Power still up 5-0 through 2.5. They'll step in here on offense once again to try to strike even more. Christian Perez leading off once again against Christian Diekman. Here's the first pitch delivery. Misses on a strike. It looked like it was kind of an off-speed pitch as he swings and misses. Perez already an RBI single in that first at bat. Drove in a run. Second run of the game. He sends this one flying for a foul ball. He's now behind in an 0-2 count. Big chunk of this lineup tonight. Not a lot of power in the Powers lineup, but a lot of it has just been good hits and a lot of base stealing from the speedy team. There's the next delivery, 0-2. Sends it in play towards the left field side. Blaze is coming in towards the infield. He makes the catch for the first put out. Quickly away on 3 pitches.
Yeah, Justin, it's not necessarily that this team doesn't have power. It's just, again, it's an approach. It's circumstances with the field. I mean, again, it's a massive field. You don't just hit cheap home runs here. And with how the wind goes most of the time, it's going out to right field. It hurts left or right-handed hitters typically. It's just a great place to just hit line drives. You'll see a lot of extra base hits here.
We've already seen one tonight as this man, KJ Moon, hit one earlier in his first at-bat with a triple. This is the second pitch of this count that's in there for a strike for a 1-1 count here for the young man, KJ Moon. He's a 2-sport athlete. Played football in high school at North Oconee. Holds single-season home run records and career home run records at that school. Tight end, named All-State and first team All-Region. You've just felt the last pitch. Bit to the back net. He's behind in a 1-2 count here. This is an all-out athlete at the plate. He's just a freshman, 6'1", 210. There's a 1-2 delivery outside in the lefty batter's box. Or do you want to wait here? 5-0 ball game. Here's a 2-2 pitch on the way from Christian Diekman in just a moment. Here it comes. Sends it flying left field. That one's got a lot of distance near the light pole and towards that bouncy house that we have here at the ballpark. But it's out of play. One of those kids coming down the slide probably got a souvenir. There's a 2-2 count once again. That one's in the dirt. Full count for KJ Moon. When his first at bat was facing an 0-2 count and then lined the third pitch to that gap in right center field and went all the way to the wall as he was racing around the bases. 3-2 pitch on the way. Grounds it down. Diving glove. Nobody can get in the infield. Sheff and Young. It goes to the outfield. And there's a single for KJ Moon, who's 2 for 2.
Yeah, great job by KJ Moon. He extends the hands for a pitch down and away, able to somehow muscle it through the 6-hole there. It was going to be a tough play either way. He was sprinting out of the box, and again, the All-State tight end, he can absolutely fly down the line. So either way, it was most likely going to be a hit. It was just whether or not it was going to be an infield single or not.
You got it right through that 5-6 hole. Here's the first pitch here to Grayson Gegg, which just watches it on the outside part of the plate and gets a 1-0 count. And KJ Moon, we'll see if he tries to steal the bag here. This one outside once more for a 2-0 count. Not a big windup for Christian Diekman, but he's allowed a handful of stolen bases already. 3 of them have gone by behind his back. But with a 2-0 count here, expect maybe a bit of a challenge on the plate here. That one gets the outside edge. 2-1. Gegg still looking for his first hit as well. Already has a run scored. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Early swing.
Yeah, Gegg saw his Mercer teammate KJ Moon hit 198 off the bat. It was a foul ball, but it looked like with that swing, he was trying to send that one all the way back to Georgia.
Here's the next delivery. 2-2 outside. Albanese tried to frame it up, but the umpire did not give him the what for. This is another full count for the second bat in a row here. Here's that 3-2 delivery. And the strike zone popped up in the air directly in the infield. Chef will come over from the shortstop position into the 4 territory and make the catch. Two away here in the bottom of the third. Still runner at first base in KJ Moon after that single between the 5-6 gap. And Blake Conrad will step in. Flew out in his first at-bat. He only started in 4 games at St. Mary's. Went 0 for 8. Not a whole lot of play time. Trying to get some hitting here. They check over at first base with KJ Moon over there. Still waiting to see if he can find an opportunity and a hole to steal. And Conrad will watch the first pitch. Here it comes. Sends it flying, line drive. Will it stay in? Barely gets out of play for a foul ball.
Yeah, Blake Conrad, the junior at St. Mary's, he didn't play a ton this season, only had five games, didn't register a hit. But in his freshman and sophomore year at Edmonds Community College, he absolutely crushed the ball. He hit 274 his sophomore year, had 9 multi-hit games, 13 RBIs, a 712 OPS, with a great glove behind the plate. I mean, it's a really valuable player to have.
They have a lot of talent at that catcher position, including Conrad. O'Neal has been back there, and also Kleiman as well. Sends one grounder, reaching and diving to make the catch. He'll throw to first. Won't be in time. He's safe with an infield hit. Wasn't able to make the throw, Chef, in time as he was on the ground. And that will move over KJ Moon to second base. Another single. So 2 men on base, first and second. Conrad at first and KJ Moon at second. Here's Isaac Rodriguez. He's already got 2 stolen bases and hit a single just earlier. There's that delivery outside on the first pitch. 2 gone and away here in the bottom of the third inning. Big chunk of groups here tonight. State Farm is here with us from Cindy Piper's group. She's a big sponsor for us. She also sponsors the 50-50 raffles that go on here at the ballpark. This weekend, on June 7th, this Sunday, the Power will be taking on the Inland Valley Legends. It's Living Desert Takeover. First 100 kids get a free ticket to the ball game. Running and going is KJ Moon. He'll steal third. Right behind him is Blake Conrad. Runners at second and third now in scoring position.
Not too often you see catchers involved with a double steal, Justin. I've said it before, but this is one of the first times we've seen this Power team has a massive strength at catcher. They've got a couple Division I guys. They've got a Division II All-American. The guys can hit. They can run well.
They can do it all, and they're showing it off all in full colors. That pitch upstairs, that missed 2-1 count for Isaac Rodriguez.
And for a position that gets beat up as much as they do, being able to have that depth and that quality of depth there, it's going to be huge for them.
It's such a big need nowadays to have at least a competent catcher, whether that's one that can hit, that's one that can block pass balls, or just pretty much get the job done. We've seen an accelerated boost with guys like Adley Rutschman, Logan O'Hoppe, just to name a few. Last pitch was just fouled off for Isaac Rodriguez. He's got a 2-2 count here. Here's a delivery. Got him looking inside. It looked like that was close enough to be a ball, but he gets him strike looking. They leave 2 at the bags. So Power go down on strikeouts, leave 2 men behind, and it's still a 5-0 ball game as we're off to the 4th.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including one mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Gone through 3. It's a 5-0 ball game still for the Power, who have put it on and poured it on here against the Coyotes so far in this game. It's still pretty early, but the Coyotes still looking for that first hit. 3 back-to-back, or 3 innings in a row. They've been taking out 1, 2, 3 innings. And back to the top of the lineup as Landon Blaze will step in and try to see if he can get on board here against Naun Haro. Here's that first pitch delivery here to Blaze. He swings and misses very early on the first get-go.
Yeah, Known coming in his 2nd inning of work after Lucas Zach went 2 perfect innings, struck out 2. And again, the key thing was, can he pound the zone? And he did. It was 30 pitches. He only threw 11 balls. He struck out 2. He faced the minimum. Outstanding work by him.
Another great outing for Lucas Zach, just like he did on that game against Utah Lab. Called strike on the last pitch, makes it an 0-2 count to Blaze. Here's the 3rd pitch, swing and a miss. Goes down on another strikeout. That's 3 in a row, 3 retired for Naun Haro, who is having himself a good one so far in this relief effort.
And again, for Haro, there's nothing about it. It's just throw the fastball right now, and nobody's hitting it.
I think that breakfast routine is working out for him so far.
Yeah, 3 straight heaters. That one on 88 in on the hands, and can't even touch it right now.
There's a first pitch delivery to Gunnar Myro. He sends it flying way out of the park on the first base side and out of play. See, I don't know if I can eat the same exact breakfast for every single game day. It's like if I eat a banana, am I going to eat a banana every single day?
See, I'm at the exact opposite. I can do the same breakfast every day.
Okay. See, I can't do that. I feel like that taste would get super old. Fouled another pitch off the first base netting. It's an 0-2 count for Gunnar Myro.
But typically I switch through 1 or 2 things, maybe 3.
Okay. And swing and a miss, pulled out the sword and sent him flying as he misses. Another strikeout swinging. That's 6 pitches in a row and 6 down on strikes.
Yeah, and it looks like, I can't tell if he pulled out the splitter there or it could have been the hardest slider I've ever seen, because the slider was sitting mid to high 70s. That one was at 82 right there. Great pitch off the plate, though, to get the swing and miss.
Here's Cooper Chef. First pitch upstairs, misses. And that will likely negate an immaculate inning.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
I just looked at my scorebook.
I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to jinx it on air because we did that 3 times yesterday. Here's the next delivery, 1-0. And he gets a strike on the outside.
So does this mean Naun Haro is mortal?
Yes, I think he's human. And I don't think we'll see any machinery if you check under. He is not the Terminator. Here's the pitch. Popped up in the air and out of play. If he had just gotten that first pitch for a called strike, could have had a different story here. But it's a 1-2 count to Cooper Chef, and Haro's having himself another great outing so far.
And the slider's looking great. It's got anywhere from 10 to 12 inches of horizontal break on that.
It's a lot of changeability with that pitch. Here's the next delivery. Grounds it off the glove of Haro, and it goes towards Rodriguez. Bare hands it. No play at first. And that will reach in there. So first runner of the day for the Coyotes off the glove of Haro, who tried to make a play. Infield hit.
Yeah, that's a tough way to give up the first base runner of the game. Haro threw one down and away. It was out of the zone, just got off the end of the bat, but the way he's coming off the mound as a left-handed pitcher, all his momentum's going towards third base. He just sticks the glove out.
First pitch swinging, popped up in the air. Gegg will sit under it and make the catch. That will take out the side. And the Naun Haro just gives up a single hit with 2 strikeouts and a flyout, and we're off to the bottom of the 4th inning.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We're through 3.5, and the Power still up 5-0. Another inning of work for Christian Diekman, and Cohen Goes will come up to bat and lead off for the Power, and right behind him, Jamal Ritter and Rylan Evans will be coming up to swing here. Here on Wild Wednesday, $5 margaritas for everybody in the stands tonight. We just witnessed the cart push race on the field. Very close towards the end, almost an incident in the middle of it. And, you know, if you get a crash here, we've got State Farm Insurance to cover you. Here's Goes will step in. Flew out earlier in his first at-bat. Here's the first pitch. In there for a strike as he watches it go by. Just watched the first pitch on that first at-bat and flew out on the first get-go. It's another one of those talented prospects from Mililani, Hawaii, as that ball goes way past the glove of the catcher in Albanese, and it will make it a 1-1 count to Goes.
Yeah, Goes redshirted this year at BYU, but out of Hawaii. He was the number 3 prospect in his class for 2024 out of Hawaii, and recruited by Baylor, by Tulane, Hawaii, Troy, UC Santa Barbara.
I got a lot of accolades to his name. 2-1 count as that one was dropped by the catcher initially on the outside edge. It's the man who loves surfing, fishing, and diving. Gets a good one on the ground, but scooped up by Chef. He'll throw to first for the 6-3 put away. One away.
Yeah, it's always tough when you put one on the screws. 98 off the bat right there. He got a pitch middle, and just got on top of it.
Sounded pretty good off the swing from Cohen Goes, but he'll line out to Chef. Here is Jamal Ritter again. Bit of a weird, awkward swing as he misses on the first pitch. He's behind with an 0-1 count to start it off. Single and a fly out already within 2 at-bats. Here's the next pitch. Got another good piece, but up in the air enough for Hunter to make the catch at first. 2 away. So 2 gone here already, and better half inning for the Coyotes through 2 gone batters up. And here's Rylan Evans, who is having himself a fairly good night, putting the ball in play twice. Another one put in play, but it's up in the air, high up with a pop fly towards the right field side. Kajioka in foul territory, jumps over the bullpen mound and makes the catch for a 1-2-3 inning against the Power. Still remains a 5-0 ball game. We'll be back here on the Palm Springs Power Baseball YouTube channel and Fox Sports 1270.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
We're through total of 4 innings here on the Palm Springs Power YouTube channel and Fox Sports 1270. My name is Justin Lee. Stephen Buxton at my side. Power up by 5-0, and we've got a new pitcher again for the Power. Seems like they're working the bullpen here. 2 different pitchers, 2 different innings, worked for each, and Richie Amavisca is the man to take over. From Indio, California, a local kid from New Mexico Highlands and Santa Barbara City College. Here's the first pitch to leadoff man Michael Albanese, the catcher, watches for the first strike. That one's a swing and a miss on the next pitch. Michael Albanese behind it with an 0-2 count. The graduate student, 5'11", 195 pounds. That one's in there for the strike 3 call. 3 pitches in a row. And Richie Amaviska takes down another Coyotes batter.
Yeah, Richie Amaviska coming in for Naun Haro, who was lights out. He threw 2 innings. He allowed 1 hit, but it's such a tough way to give up a hit. He comes off the mound. All your momentum's going towards third base. The ball's going closer to first base. He sticks out the glove. It's probably going to be an infield single either way. It was hit that soft, but pretty close to a perfect outing from Haro. Just 1 hit, no earned, no runs, no walks. He struck out 5 through 21 pitches, just 4 balls.
A lot of strike pitches. It's a 1-1 count as it's grounded just out of the reach. And gloved up and thrown over to first for the 4-3 put away. Rodriguez to Perez. And Richie Amaviska probably saw that play from Naun Haro and said, I'm going to let my infield do the job there.
Yeah, and Richie Amaviska, he's coming in. He hasn't been pitching that long, only a couple years. They really changed him over to pitching at New Mexico Highlands when he went over there after a couple years at College of the Desert.
First pitch in there for a strike here to Ryan Hunter.
He was originally going over there as a third baseman, middle infielder, but they saw him hit the arm, and he's got a great slider.
That one's outside for a 1-1 count to Ryan Hunter. This is a man who holds 5 all-time records, which includes hits, runs, singles, at-bats, and plate appearances for the PSEL. He's a longtime PSEL player, and he's now in the escalator role for the Power. And that next pitch, thought it was strike 3 as Conrad stands up, but no call from the umpire. It's a 2-2 count.
And I don't blame either of them. It looked like it was going to be strike 3. Just everything about it. The umpire got up slowly, and
now he gets him swinging. A foul tip into the glove. Goes down on a swing and a strike. And that's 2 strikeouts to start off for Richie Amaviska. 1-2-3 inning once again for the Power pitching. We're back here for the bottom of the 5th inning for the Power. Leading off is Miles Walton. Sacrifice fly and fly out to right field in his first 2 at-bats, facing off against Dykeman again. Popped up as a bunt, and he tries to scoop it. It's off the glove and into the reach of Albanese. And by the time he can look at first, Miles Walton's on first.
Kind of a gift right there for Walton. It wasn't a great bunt. He shoots it right up into the air, so usually when the ball's going straight up into the air like that off a bunt, you're thinking, oh no, I'm dead in the water right there, but just landed perfectly in between the catcher and pitcher, so no one had a chance at it.
Had enough airtime in a rainbow shot, and just barely Diekman could not glove it in time and scoop it up. Here's the first pitch to Christian Perez as he fouls it off to the backstop. And again, Miles Walton's got speed at first base, so he'll probably try to go here. Just get as many stolen bases as this team needs to. They check him over at first base. See if he sticks close by. He does indeed. I'm seeing a good chunk of fans here. It looks like Santa Claus in the summertime has visited us. And there he goes. Good throw from Albanese, but under the tag as that throw was high from the catcher. And it will be a 1-1 count to Christian Perez, but a stolen base for Mr. Walton. So he's at second base right now. And Christian Perez with a 1-1 count here. Here's the next delivery, 1-1, upstairs, misses 2-1. Christian Perez, 6'2", 225 pounds. Bounced around a few schools himself. Of Venezuelan Mexican descent. Next pitch he watches, thought about it for a second, pulls up, makes it a 3-1 count. He's up in it. He hasn't seen a whole lot of balls so far. Many of those pitches that he's seen has been strikes or foul balls that he's had to fend off, but he's with the 3-1 count here, and a man on second. Here's the next delivery. Sent it flying up in the air, way up, skyscraper shot, racing over Kajioka. It's over the lights, near the warning track. He makes the catch, running grab, tagging up and going back. Miles Walton, now he goes to third, and he gets in there safely. That was a long shot down that right field side. Just not enough power from Christian Perez to knock it out of the park for the first home run of the season.
That's impressive, though, by Perez for how high he hit that ball off the bat. To be able to get it all the way to the warning track, I mean, that ball looked like it was going to be a pop fly the entire time, and it just kept going.
Thought that ball was definitely going to be just a regular pop-up, but that thing went way over the lights and was trailing towards that foul pole in right field, the 350 side, as it looks like that's the end of the night for Christian Diekman, as he'll step off the mound. We'll check out a new pitcher in just a few moments here for Power Baseball and Fox Sports 1270. You're listening to Justin Lee and Stephen Buxton.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Back here, new relief pitcher for Christian Diekman. Only able to get one out, so he's done for the day with a 1/3 inning thrown and 3 to add to that. And we got a new pitcher who is not listed on our roster sheets as given to us and provided by the team. They have 42 but no 45, so we're just going to call him unknown Mr. Bob on the mound. And right now, a man at third base in Miles Walton. Here's a first pitch to KJ Moon. Pops up in the area. Moonshot indeed over the grandstands and way out of play. Another towering shot by the Power. Moon is still perfect, 2 for 2 so far. A stolen base. 1 RBI triple and a single in his last at bat. nearly rounded the bases to score, but was left behind in the bottom third inning. It's a 0-1 count here to Mr. KJ Moon in the designated hitter spot, as he'll take a timeout to readjust his elbow guard. There's not a lot for us to kind of dig into who this guy is as well, since there's not exactly a website that shows the roster for Southern Nevada. Here's the next pitch, off speed. Another one sent to the same place up in the area. Foul ball 0-2. It's a program that runs a lot of prospect camps, high school teen camps, and also kids camps throughout the summer, trying to develop a lot of different players. They have a big chunk of guys one from Temple College, UNLV, Olympic College, and one from Chapman University. Here's the next delivery. Did he go? No appeal from the umpire. They say he didn't go around in that swing, and now they appeal. He says he doesn't go. So KJ Moon is safe with the 0-2 pitch, and it'll make it a 1-2. Still a man at third. One away here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Power trying to add on another run to make it 6-0, but still remains at 5. Here's that pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Albanese in the catcher position. But it evens up the count at 2 apiece. Here's the next delivery, 2-2. Got him looking on the off-speed pitch. Moon goes down on a strikeout looking. 2 gone away. So the PA announcer just announced that it's Eric Galvin for the man who's in relief here of Christian Diekman. So now we know who he is. He's already got a strikeout, and here comes Grayson Gegg. Goes out to first pitch, tried to swing for that wall. Swung around, and now he's on his tush. And he'll take a moment to resettle here. That was a massive swing by Grayson Gegg off that get-go. Wonder what he saw. He was trying to get that first home run for the Power.
So Eric Galvin, he's coming out of Southern Nevada. He actually is on their roster. He's just under a different number. He's on 3 here. He's listed as an infielder. He's a two-way guy for them. Out of Durango High School, grew up in L.A.
This is a guy who is supposed to be number 3 as listed on our roster, but he's wearing 45 right now as that next pitch misses for a 1-1 count to Grayson Gegg.
Had a tough season with College of Southern Nevada this season. One of the better junior colleges in the country. 9.45 ERA, just 6 2/3 innings. Didn't get a ton of time, but 7 earned runs in that span. And it was because he walked 9 guys.
Trying to avoid giving up a run here. This won't be earned since the man that's put up there is from Christian Diekman at third base in Miles Walton. Yeah, it's a 2-1 count here for Grayson Gegg, who's still looking for his first hit, but he's got an RBI as that one's in the dirt, 3-1. So Gegg doing what he can in this outing and at bat. He sets up. Galvin throws, 3-1, outside. Albanese thought he lost it for a minute, but it was in his glove magically. But in the meantime, it's a walk for Grayson Gegg. He'll walk over to first base. It's actually the first walk of the night handed out to the Power.
It's the first walk between both teams. The Power have just allowed that one infield single by now against Naun Haro. Other than that, the pitchers have done well, throwing strikes, competing.
Still a bit of a cinch here as Blake Conrad steps in. Hit a single in his last at-bat. The first pitch inside misses for a 1-0 count to start off. Get-go, runners at the corners. Gegg looking to see if he can try to steal that back. Doesn't have a stolen base yet, but off odds here as that one's fouled off. Got a piece of it on the swing, and it goes to the backstop. Rocky the Ram is giving some high fives out in the stands. Here's a 1-1 count to Blake Conrad. Ooh, off-speed pitch, swing and a miss, got him to miss it and whiff. 1-2 count here. He's got enough space to do a little something different. Wonder if he'll try to go with the inside pitch. He delivers, goes outside, misses way out in the lefty batter's box in the dirt. 2-2 count. Power waiting to move on and take a 2-game series against the Ivy Legends this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Be the first of the CPCL games for the Power coming up this weekend. Here's the next delivery. Swing and a miss. Drop third. They tag him out. And Blake Conrad goes down on a strikeout swinging to end the 5th inning. We're through 5. 5-0 still ball game. And we're going to take a look at the 6 in just a moment.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
We're through 5 innings. We're off to here in the top of the 6th inning. You're listening on Fox Sports 1270 AM Radio Palm Springs and Palm Springs Power Baseball YouTube channel. My name is Justin Lee. Stephen Buxton at my side, or Mr. Buxton, as we're taking a look at Richie Amaviska in his 2nd inning of work. He'll take on Kyle Iverson in the leadoff spot, Drake Kajioka and Brandon Blaze in the hole. Just a hit so far for the Coyotes. That first pitch in there on the outside corner for a strike. And not much has happened so far for the Coyotes other than that single hit that was in the top of the 4th inning. He sends one down the line and picked up long throw over to first. It's off the line and goes behind into that bullpen area, and he'll turn around and get onto second base. Kyle Iverson will get on board.
Yeah, that's such a tough play. It's 86 off the bat, not particularly hard hit, but you've got Cohen Goes shaded more towards the second base bag, had to run almost halfway to third, and planted, turned around, made the strong throw, but he just pulled it a little bit, so Perez wasn't able to pick it up on the other end. It would have been a fantastic play if he could have converted it.
The infield defense is playing a little deep in there as the first pitch is in there for a strike to Drake Kajioka with a man at second after what was considered an E6 on Goes on the throw to first base that was way offline to his man Perez at the first base position. Grounded, picked up by a third baseman Evans, throws to first, gets the out there. Staying at second is Kyle Iverson from one away here in the top of the 6th. So they're going to go with a pinch hitter here in number 9, Xavier Troilo, in the place of Landon Blaze as he fouls off the first pitch. This is outfielder from Porterville College stepping in here in the 1 spot in the lineup. And that one looked like it got a piece of him. It's a hit by pitch from Amaviska as he puts his hands to his shorts and wipes his hand off, thinking he lost his grip there for a moment. Now there's 2 runners at the bags, first and second off the hit by pitch. That's the first one tonight. Connor Myro coming out to the My Little Teapot song. Here's the first pitch to him with 2 men at first and second. That's in there for a strike off the outside corner. This is a pretty small roster for the Southern Nevada Coyotes. Kind of using all these players to really set them up here as that one's lined down the first base line and way out of play towards the batting cages here at the ballpark. And he's behind it with an 0-2 count. So still just 1 hit for the Coyotes so far. 2 runners allowed here, 1 off an error, 1 off a hit by pitch. Next pitch way outside, swing and a miss. That's strike 3 for Gunnar Myro. That is the 8th batter retired on strikeouts for the power pitching.
And again, it's the slider for Amaviska there that gets the swing and a miss. That was really what stood out to coaches over at New Mexico Highlands. Coach Harry Estes saw that slider and saw how well he moved on the mound, and being a pitching guy himself, he needed some pitching on the roster. It was a perfect fit to get Richie and just try and develop him into what's been a really productive pitcher with the power.
And even in the PSCL, this man has got a lot of accolades to his name. That next pitch outside for a ball. It's a 1-1 count here to Cooper Sheff, with a man on first and second still with 2 gone and away. Here's the next delivery. Try to go for it, but he gets the call on the check swing. And it's a 1-2 count for Cooper Sheff. Trying to retire 9 batters. Season high is 14 from yesterday's game against the San Diego Bombers. Next pitch, got him swinging and a miss on the outside pitch. He goes down. 2 back-to-back strikeouts for Amaviska. Power still up 5-0 as we're off to the bottom of the 6th. Stay tuned here on Fox Sports 1270 AM and Palm Springs Power Baseball YouTube.
Is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito.
Bottom of the 6th inning for the Power. They're still up 5-0. Another inning of work for the relief pitcher Eric Galvin as he throws the first pitch inside, misses for a 1-0 count to Isaac Rodriguez. We just witnessed the chipping competition here at the stadium with Santa chipping. He just won that chipping contest, and then we had his buddy who was named Nick, I think. That pitch inside, misses for 2-0. The guy routed up the crowd, took a couple steps like he was Happy Gilmore, and then hit the shortest chip I've ever seen. So unfortunately, Santa Claus wins the day here in the summertime. 2-0 count here to Isaac Rodriguez. Got the inside corner for the strike.
Justin, I'm going to be honest, it has not been a good golf display the last couple days with these promotions. The fans out here, they have not been practicing their short game.
No, they have not. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's in there for the other side of the corner. Strike 2. 2-2 count. I think the first night we saw a pretty good chip from one of the fellows that came into the ballpark. But other than that, nothing has really come, or no one's really earned that Masters jacket that we have here. Sent to the other way in right field. Kajioka's inside. He makes a grab. It doesn't look like Kajioka out in the right field. But he'll get the put out. That's Woolley out in right field who just stepped in. So they have a defensive sub out in right field, number 49. So one away. And here's Goes, steps in from the 9th hole. That one's off the glove and to the backstop for 1-0 count to Goes, who's still looking for our first hit tonight. Looks like Woolley will probably take that last spot in the lineup for the Coyotes here. Here's a 1-0 pitch inside. Nearly scraped the chest hairs off of Goes on that go. 2-0 count. You know what, Steve? I want to see you do the chipping contest. I got to see your short game because I don't think I can do it that well. My chipping game is terrible.
I just shoved 49 with 2 8s this morning on the front 9.
That's sent the other way, right back to Woolley. He can't get it this time. Takes a one-hopper off of his glove, and that's a single for Goes. There's his first hit of the evening.
Good job with Goes. He takes a pitch over the heart of the plate, keeps his hands, extends them out at the last second, able to flick it out to right field. Not hit particularly hard, but again, once it finds green grass, you don't really care how it got there. First hit of what's probably going to be many for a talented young man.
Another good talented young man here in Jamal Ritter as he watches the first pitch low and below the strike zone. Another solid hit here for the Power. There's the 1-0 delivery. That one's way outside in the righty batter box.
And we've seen the trend so far today. Each Power pitcher's gotten about 6 outs, and right now, Richie Amaviska already got those 6 outs. It looks like we might be seeing a new pitcher coming in, Riley Ricken, the big right or left-hander out of Cal State San Bernardino, warming up in the pen right now.
2-0 count. Right up the middle, up in the air, and caught by the running over shortstop and Chef in the infield to take the put out off the 2-0 pitch. And Jamal Ritter's retired for the second out. So 2 gone away, still a man at first, and Goes getting his first hit of the evening. And Rylan Evans will step in, who's had himself a pretty decent night as well. Here's the delivery in the dirt.
I know it's a 5-0 game right now, and you know the Coyotes have just that one hit and an error, a batter hit, but it's been nearly a perfect performance from the Power pitching staff. But ever since the third inning, the Coyotes have done a really good job on the mound. They put up a couple zeros in a row. They've got a chance to do one right here. They've been throwing strikes, and since Galvin came in, he's been pounding the zone, and he's sitting mid-80s.
Check on first base. Goes gets back in there at first base. Yeah, just only 2 singles given up by Galvin so far in this relief effort, where Diekman started off the first inning giving up a flurry of hits, 2 singles and a triple, including a sacrifice fly, and scored multiple runs for the Power. That was 4 runs in that first inning, if you missed it, and then they scored another one in that bottom second. It's a 2-out count here to Rylan Evans.
Yeah, since that second inning, it's just 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk.
Whoa, way inside, off the glove of Albanese. And he'll get over to second base is Coyotes on a pass ball. That goes behind the catcher. It's a 3-0 count to Rylan Evans, who has seen a 3-0 count before earlier in the game in the second at bat, and he hit a single for an RBI on that 3-0 count. Walton awaits on deck. Here's the next delivery. Way inside. He'll take a walk. Second walk handed out by Galvin.
I mean, I guess it's an announcer's jinx right there. I said the Coyotes have been pitching fairly well, and then a 4-pitch walk where 3 of the pitches weren't really competitive.
I think we should just give up at this point. I think I've tallied like 4 different commentators. Like, we had 5 last night. 5. 1 with Johnny, 4 with me, and it was. I don't know what to tell you, Steven.
So you're saying we can blame you?
You can blame me.
Okay.
So don't take me to the casino, because I'm not going to help you win anything. 2 men on base. Rylan Evans off the walk, and goes at second base after the pass ball. Miles Walton in here, watches the first pitch for a 1-0 count. He got on base with a bunt single earlier that took a little rainbow hop up. Galvin could have picked it up off the ground to get the play, and the rest is history. Here's the next delivery. Opposite field, that will get down. And inside was Woolley. He has to go run to the wall. It'll roll all the way to the wall. 2 men will score. And rounding and going to third is Miles Walton. He's got himself a triple, 2 RBI.
Miles Walton, he sees that right fielder playing way in. Elijah Woolley was playing Miles Walton as if he's, one of the weaker hitters on the team. This is your 3-hole. Elijah Woolley was playing probably 100 feet away from the warning track, and Walton hits it right at him and makes the Coyotes pay.
He certainly did. Woolley was very close to that infield dirt. Here's that first pitch that is tipped into the glove and swung and missed by Christian Perez here with that man at third base in Miles Walton. And another great performance for the young man in Walton. The next delivery. That one's grounded to first base side. It looks like it will stay fair. And picked up by Hunter. He'll step on first to get the 3rd out, but not before the Power add 2 more runs to get to lucky number 7. And we're off to inning number 7 here on Power Baseball YouTube and Fox Sports 1270. Justin Lee and Stephen Buxton. We'll be right back.
Everyone knows good things come in 3s, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
We're through 7 innings. Power at that lucky number 7. And we've also got a new pitcher up on the mound for the Power as well, who have really worked it to the Coyotes. It's Riley Ricken, who's up on the mound in this relief effort. He showed up in the May 31st game against the Utah Lab, gave up 2 runs, but was able to hold the rest of the time being, and he got the win in that game against the Lab. Even though it was an ugly one, he got the job done in one way or another. He will face off against Keone Young, Michael Albanese, and Matthew Zeroli here in the top of the 7th. It's a 1-0 count already to Keone Young, Mr. Beer Batter tonight. Still hasn't struck out yet, so fans are still waiting for that beer. That one's fouled off. Again, with Riley Ricken's win, it's another example of just how crazy baseball scoring is in this sport. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. He's at a 1-2 count now.
Yeah, Riley Ricken coming out of Cal State San Bernardino. He'll throw the kitchen sink at you. Basically, you name a pitch, and he's probably going to throw it. It'll be a 4-seam, 2-seam cutter, slider, curve, and a splitter.
There's a 1-2 delivery fouled off upstairs. And Ricken got the job done in that game against Utah Lab.
Replacing Richie Amavisca, who, just like every other power pitcher, has gone 2 innings. Didn't give up a hit or a run, didn't walk anyone, struck out 4.
Tries the off-speed pitch, but lost grip of it as it went out of his hand to bring it up to a 2-2 count.
Yeah, it looked like the curveball just slipped out of his hand. It was a ball out of the hand and didn't even need to take the bat off his shoulders, Young did.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Fouled off. He's still fighting. 2-2 count still remains for Keone Young as the fans are waiting to get off the blocks and go to the concession stands, if that's the goal here. 2-2 count once again. Grounds it. Grounder picked up off the ground from Goetz over to first and get the play there. 6-3 put out. So Young was fighting for his life in the box. Saw 7 pitches and unable to really put the ball in play and get another hit here as he grounds out to the shortstop Goetz.
Riley Ricken, an imposing figure on the mound, 6'6", 220. Had a tough year at San Bernardino, but a solid outing against Cal State Monterey Bay on March 28th. He faced the minimum and a loss. He's got good stuff, sits in the high 80s.
Here's that next pitch in the dirt. Pitch before it missed as well. This one, it should be a 2-0 count. Or no, it's a 1-1 count, apologies. For Michael Albanese. Pops it up in the air towards the grandstands and out of play. As you hear the echo of the stands. And nobody's going to go after it to go get a popsicle. Wait, here comes a kid. Here he comes. It's rolling down the steps. One of the fans is going to try to go grab it, but here comes a kid. He looks a little lost. I don't think he's going to find it. That one into the drain, it looks like. 1-2 count here for Albanese. Little early swing, but he's able to foul it off with the tip of the bat. The kid's still looking for it with the help of that fan that was looking for it earlier. They don't realize that it went down and into that drain in the front part of the stadium. They're still searching for it like it's a scavenger hunt. And now he's asking for fans for help. Interesting. We'll see what that development is. 1-2 count here for Albany still. It's a 2-2 count now as that ball misses. No one's getting a popsicle, I guess. It looks like they're giving up. Two pitch delivery on the way. Lined up right over the head of Rodriguez and into the outfield. Running over, picking it up, Gegg, and that's another single for the Coyotes. That's just the second hit of the day.
Yeah, that's just a tough couple of pitches for Rick, and he goes with the fastball. Then he tries to throw the slider, and it's not a great slider. It ended up in the dirt, and didn't get a swing. And then he follows it up with a fastball, and he just left it right over the plate.
And with that hit, another base runner for the Coyotes here. This is just the 4th base runner today for the Coyotes, as the first pitch is in there for a strike to Zaroli, the designated hitter. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. And Ricken trying to bring down his ERA just a little bit. Big swing and a miss by Zaroli on the next pitch. I think he wanted a little something extra with that swing there, but didn't make contact with it. Here's the 0-2 delivery. A little low in the zone, misses. 1-2 count. Zaroli hangs in there in this count. Hunter waiting on deck. Here's the next delivery. Sent flying and out of play on the first base side. Looks like the Coyotes at the meantime also have a pitcher waiting on the bullpen side. Judging by the way he's pitching, it looks like this might be a submarine pitcher.
Yeah, number 40, Hunter Beck out of Allen Hancock College warming up. Looks like he'll be taking over for Eric Galvin in the top of the 8th.
That one misses. Check swing. 2-2 count. And I've always wondered with submarine pitchers how you just kind of figure that out, that you're, naturally good at being a submarine pitcher rather than someone that just throws either 3/4 or over the top.
It's not necessarily naturally being good. No one starts their career and thinks, man, I want to be a submarine guy.
That one's on the ground, picked up. Good stop by Conrad. It's a full count here.
Looked like our home plate umpire didn't see what was going on out in the bullpen. It looked like Hunter Beck threw a wild pitch. His bullpen catcher had to go running down the right field line, got in play, but thankfully a ball there.
He didn't see it. That one's also flown out on the next pitch and fouled off out of play.
Yeah, so nobody goes into being a submarine pitcher right off the bat as their goal. Most of the time it's a guy who's either had an injury or just straight up has had to reinvent themselves as a last-ditch effort to just compete and get a second chance and be able to hang on, basically.
Oh, that one is another wild pitch over there, but that one's popped up to the right field side. There's 2 balls in play, and running into the bullpen and making the catch is Gegg to get the second out. A lot going on here in that section of the Coyotes bullpen with a man running over to make the catch. That's 2 away here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, I didn't see that last pitch. I couldn't tell if the bullpen catcher got crossed up or if it was just that wild of a pitch, but already the second ball to go and play from the right field bullpen.
There's nothing stopping that ball from going out there. There's nothing behind it. The only thing is just that catcher. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in there for a strike to Ryan Hunter. I think submarine pitchers are really entertaining to just watch and see how they do their motion. There's a way they finish is off to the side rather than their hips forward. Here's the next pitch. Another, I guess it looks like a fastball, but outside misses.
Yeah, Ricken's been sitting on that heater for most of his outing so far. He's, in all likelihood, sitting around 70% fastball. You've been seeing anything from 85 to 89 on the radar.
The next delivery, that one's outside again for a 2-1 count.
Looks like he threw in a cutter there, coming in at 81.
Trying to mix it up just a little bit. You should. That one's down between the 3-4 gap, and it gets into the outfield. And the second hit of the inning here for the Coyotes as Ryan Hunter gets one through. So 2 gone away, 2 hits, and the man at first and second
Again, just a pitch that he left out over the plate. Both hits this inning, just fastballs middle. That one right after the cutter inside. He goes with a fastball, 86 miles an hour, and it's just dead middle. Nothing you can do about that.
Last time that Ricken gave up 2 hits, gave up 2 earned runs, but still keeping it here with a man at first and second, and Kyle Iverson is in the batter's box. Launches the first pitch inside edge, strike 1. He reached on an error back in the previous half inning. The throwing error by the shortstop Goes over there. Here's the next delivery, 0-1. Gets a piece of it, a little bit under, fouls it off to the backstop. He's behind an 0-2 count. And now Rickett's got a chance to get out of the inning and disallow the Coyotes to score the first runs of the game tonight.
He's gone inside with the fastball both times. He got one called strike, one swinging. Maybe he goes with a changeup out off the plate.
Delivers. There it is. Swing and a miss on an early swing. Strikeout swinging. As Ricken leaves 2 men on the bases. Still scoreless for the Coyotes. Power still up by 7 as we're off to the bottom here in the 7th inning stretch.
Employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
After the 7th inning stretch, power up 7-0. Scoreless still for the Coyotes. New pitcher on the mound like we talked about. And a little wild action there in the bullpen for Hunter Beck. But the submarine pitcher is in. And KJ Moon will be the batter to face off against the submarine man for the Coyotes from Allen Hancock College. Here's the first delivery from the young man. Fastball, whoa, that was a crazy looking pitch in there for a strike, swing and a miss by KJ Moon. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Another one, same location somewhat. Bit off this time, misses for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, Hunter Beck out of Allen Hancock. One of the guys I had looked up when we were trying to figure out who Eric Galvin was. 6 foot, 195 out of Vegas. Went to Faith Lutheran High School.
That's in there for a strike on the next pitch. KJ Moon thought it didn't. Hit the strike zone. It's a 1-2 count as he's behind now.
Had a solid K per 9, struck out 29 and 26 and a third, but a 5.47 ERA, and that's in a large part due to 11 walks, which isn't that bad, but looks like he gave up a ton of extra base hits while he was out there.
1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch goes to the backstop, way out of the reach of Albanese behind in that catcher position. Brady Skinner's out in center field now in place of Gunnar Myro. We talked about Woolley earlier, who was in a weird position that gave up a triple to Miles Walton back in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And there's a meeting here with Albanese and Hunter Beck.
Yeah, that was a strange one. Miles Walton, again, he's year 3 hitter. He's coming out of Sacramento State. It's not like they just found some guy on the street. And the right fielder, Elijah Woolley, he's playing about maybe 80 feet off the infield dirt. I mean, he was just asking for something to be hit right at him, and he got it, and the Coyotes paid for it.
And he got it dearly, and as that one rolled all over to the wall, it scored 2 runs for the Power, which is why we're at a 7-0 score now. And a full count here to KJ Moon, as he will try to get on base yet again. He's already had a single and a triple today as well. Swing and a miss. He goes down a second time on strikeouts.
And Justin, we've talked about the sequencing and tunneling with pitches, but when you're talking about a submarine thrower like this man here, Hunter Beck, it's so much harder because it's a completely different angle. The ball looks like it's coming up at you just because of how low to the ground it's being released. So sometimes you can even have off-speed pitches like sliders and changeups that look like they're rising.
That one's in there for a strike and showing an example of what that might look like on that pitch, as that one kind of goes from that release point way low, kind of moves up a little bit. Looks like a riser off the hand of Hunter Beck here. That's another reason why I think women's softball is such a tough sport too, with the release point and how it's really tough for batters to even just get a bat to the ball. Next pitch misses upstairs.
Yeah, in baseball, all hitters are trained to really track a pitch coming from, if you're looking at a clock, anywhere from about 2 o'clock to like 1 or 2 o'clock, maybe some are straight up at 12 o'clock. Obviously the inverse on the other side.
2-1 count here to Grayson Gegg.
But there's nothing that really trains you to see something come all the way down. I mean, some guys, their release point's around a foot or 2 off the ground, and it's just such a jarring difference.
There's a reason why they use these type of pitchers in relief positions rather than in the starter spot, because that release point throws off that hitter a huge chunk of the time. But right now, he's not really working out to his liking, but 3-1 count here to Grayson Gegg, but KJ Moon struck out just earlier as well with a full count. So we'll see if Grayson Gegg can try to put one in play here against the Submarine Man. He delivers. Swing and a miss on the pitch that was trailing to the inside, but then kind of moved towards that outer edge. Full count again. Comes away with it on a 3-2 again. Just that outside edge misses, and that's a walk for Grayson Gegg.
And just to demonstrate how jarring of a difference this is, it doesn't necessarily look like Beck is throwing from that far down low compared to some of the guys you might see in the MLB like Trevor Rogers. But an average pitcher, their release height is anywhere from 5 to 6 feet in the air. With Hunter Beck right here, he's releasing it consistently between 3'5" and 3'7".
It's a massive difference compared to the release point of what most batters usually see in this sport. That one's in there for strike 1 to Blake Conrad. Struck out swinging in his previous at-bat to end the 5th inning. He's got a man at first after the walk to Grayson Gegg. That one's in there for a strike on the other side of the corner, so he's behind in an 0-2 count.
And nothing that he has thrown has gone straight. That pitch right there, 21 inches of horizontal movement on it.
The way you can release that hand point must be facing way more horizontal than it is up and down.
Again, typically with sidearm and submarine relievers, they're not throwing quite as hard, so if they're not throwing that well, they could get crushed.
Now it's at the opposite field between the 4-3 gap and out of the reach of a diving Iverson. It goes into the outfield. Moving over to third will be Grayson Gegg, and that's a single for Blake Conrad.
Good job by Blake Conrad. He reaches out all the way across the plate, just gets the end of the bat on it, and flicks it out into right center field, just gets under Iverson's glove. Great attempt by him. And now we've got Dalton Thomas pinch hitting for Isaac Rodriguez.
So here's Dalton Thomas facing off with runners at the corners. First pitch in their first strike on the outside edge.
And again, I was saying that typically sidearm guys, submarine guys either get crushed, or you could see, though, at the MLB level, some of those elite guys, you'll see ERAs in the low 2s, low 3s, even high 1s sometimes.
A lot to digest when it comes to submarine pitchers. And Dalton Thomas behind an 0-2 count here. As he watched another one go by. Still those runners at the corners with one away here in the bottom of the 7th. Another one opposite field, same spot, similar, and that will score a run. And Grayson Gegg. And second, Blake Conrad right behind him. And at first, Dalton Thomas, RBI off the bench.
Great job by Dalton Thomas. He sees a pitch at about 72 off the plate. They come back with the fastball right over the plate. It's low, but he just sees that massive gap over on the right side and takes advantage of it. That's the kind of at-bat you need to see out of Thomas. He'll use the whole field really well, but he can work the opposite way like the best of them.
So 2 back-to-back singles and that walk before it. Another run for the Power. They're up 8-0. First strike to Goes in the 9th hole. Hit himself a single earlier in the previous half inning. Was able to reach a few extra bases with the pass ball. He's with runners at first and second. That was on the other side of his body as that pitch was in that weird, awkward range. He lost control of that pitch. 1-1 count to Goes. So now this is where it seems like he's losing a bit of that command here in this spot with 1-1, giving up 2 hits to the opposite field as the batters with the Power have gone out for those outside pitches. Here's the next delivery. Misses upstairs. And swiping his glove as that ball was passed back from his own catcher. A little bit of frustration from Hunter Beck right now.
And again, it's just the fact that if you can't locate with these pitches, you're not throwing particularly hard. If he starts leaving anywhere from 70 to 80 miles an hour over the plate, it's essentially a BP fastball.
We call those a meatball here in this sport. See something like that, you know that thing is probably going to get sent out flying. 3-1 count, next pitch. That does not get the call for the strike. And another walk. For the Power here, this will load up the bases. So here comes the NATO Tornado as he's replacing Jamal Ritter at the leadoff spot in the top of the lineup. He was starter last night as well. And he will try to see if he can do some damage here with the bases loaded. First pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, Keaton Nato, really talented guy out of San Bernardino. He was committed to Washington out of high school. Had a really good year with the Coyotes. Hit over 400 this season as a true freshman.
Another one of those talented hitters. But he's behind with an 0-2 count here. In this position right now. Went 1 for 4 last night with a double of his own. And one hit by pitch he had to take to his chest. Next pitch way outside. It gets away from Albanez. This will score a run on the pass ball. So that scores yet another run. It's 9-0 for the Power as Blake Conrad comes home on a pass ball. And everyone else moves forward. So for second and third now. Go is at second. Dalton Thomas at third now.
And again, you just can't afford these mistakes. I know there's only one error on the board.
That one's grounded. Picked up by the second baseman, Iverson. Throw to first to get the out there, but scores a run.
Again, I know there's only one error on the board, but a couple of pass balls, a wild pitch, and you're just giving the Power and you're giving a really good lineup all these chances over and over that you can't give them. And again, Casey and this entire staff runs a team that does not let those chances go by, and that's how they're up 10-0 right now.
Scored 3 runs here in this inning. It's 10-0. Big swing and a miss by Rylan Evans. He was going for the fences. Runner at third is Goes over there. We got the runner before him, but there's two-way here in the top of the 7th. This is another bigger inning for the Power hitters. Here's the next delivery. That was way inside. It was called a strike, unless it was off the check swing by Rylan Evans. He's behind in an 0-2 count here.
Yeah, I think that was off the check swing because that pitch was almost a foot inside the zone, or almost a foot off the plate.
As our man Zach likes to say, it's a foot long off that plate. Here's the next delivery. Another one that was inside. It got jammed up. They call it foul off of his left shin as it rolls down that first base line. And he'll keep this at bat alive.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a swinging bunt there, but no, that's a pretty painful one. A foul ball off. Looked like it might have got his foot or his leg. And that shattered the bat too, so he's going to go grab some new lumber.
Umpires are also meeting up just for a second to see if that play was indeed a foul ball. And it looks like they're going to stick around. So the Power crowd here at the stadium gets McDonald's coupon for dessert tonight as the Power scored 10 runs here in the top of the 7th, or bottom of the 7th. Here's the next delivery, another fouled pitch that was a little bit, it looked like it was low in the strike zone there, and he just went after it.
Yeah, Nato completely fooled on that one. It was 74 miles an hour and only a couple inches off the ground right there. Impressed that he even got a piece of wood on that.
With the new bat as well after the previous foul ball. Here's the 0-2 delivery still, and that one sent the opposite way. It's a slow grounder. It's picked up by Iverson. He throws a first in time as they were playing deeper, and this time they don't allow that ball to get by. And the Power have scored 3 runs. It's 10-0. They're up by a big margin here at Palm Springs Stadium.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
They're batting out of order.
Yeah, that's what we're figuring out here on the Palm Springs Power Baseball. Oh, hello. Now we're back. Palm Springs Power Baseball YouTube and Fox Sports 1270 AM. They have Brady Skinner up to bat here in the lineup. It should be Elijah Woodley here right now. Brady Skinner came in, or he used a defensive change. So maybe they're putting him in place of Elijah Woolley here, so I don't know exactly what's going on. But right now it's a 1-1 count with the new pitcher on the mound for the Power here, and Andrew Baltazar.
But Woolley's still in the game. He was out in right field last inning.
So I'm not sure what exactly was happening, but this is not in my rule book, Steven.
I'm honestly just thankful we're not doing this on Point Streak where the computer would just fry out with someone batting out of order.
Just tell us, give us a big fat error message is pretty much what it would do.
Yeah.
The 3-1 count here to Brady Skinner. So not sure what's going on here with the lineup, but regardless, that one's in there for a strike. Skinner wanted that pitch, pulled up on the swing, and it ended up being a strike anyways. And Baltazar here in this outing. This would be his debut, I believe. And that got the outside edge for the strike 3 call and the 3-2 pitch.
Backwards K right there, 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Looked like it was off the plate, but he gets the call. A great job behind the plate by Blake Conrad. Again, the value of having a Division I catcher back there. But Baltazar out of New Mexico Highlands, a redshirt senior, grew up in Baldwin Park, California.
Here's the first pitch to Xavier Triolo, who pinched hit in the previous half inning. Sends the first pitch flying on the opposite side of the field and out of play over the grandstand.
Only had one appearance for Highlands this past season. Went 1 1/3, gave up a couple of runs. But from what we've seen so far, he's got solid stuff. Right-handed pitcher, throwing in the high 80s.
Inside pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2 count for Troilo. Baltazar is also a big Angels fan. They lost today on a walk-off home run, 403 feet against the Red Sox. As that pitch goes to the backstop, he looks like he lost control to make it a 1-2 count.
And here's where it gets confusing. Again, we had number 33 leading off the inning. Now we've got Elijah Woolley. He's about to hit. He's on deck. That was the spot that originally Gunnar Myro, the center fielder, who was replaced by that other player, number 33. It's Brady Skinner.
So they're just pretty much going off of their own volition here, and they said to heck with the lineups. And meanwhile, it's a 2-2 count. Popped up in the air, way towering high towards the infield, backing up, and Evans will take a little step over and make the catch. So 2 gone and away here in the top of the 8th inning. So yeah, Elijah Woolley comes in. He should be Brady Skinner, but here he is, where he should have been from the 9th hole. Bit of a weird move around. Two gone and away here in the top of the 8th inning for Baltazar, making his first appearance of the season. Here's the next delivery inside, upstairs. Little belly shaver for Elijah Woolley. That one's in there for a strike on the next delivery. Makes a 1-1 count. Another good night for the Powers pitching tonight so far. Through the top of the 8th inning, still in the middle of it right now, but lots of strikeouts. That one sent up the middle and running over to grab it is Goes. He throws the first for the 6-3 put away. 1-2-3 inning again for the Power defense. We're still at 10-0 Power up. Andrew Baltazar, a perfect first inning of the season.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over.
Bottom of the 8th inning, they're going a little fast here. Miles Walton will step into the box. He's had himself a pretty good night last two. He's been able to reach on base, bunt single, and a triple. Grounds one in the first one under the glove of Sheff, and that is into the gap. And Walton is going for second as they lose control as it goes to the wall, to the outfield, past the defenders out there. He comes back in with the relay. Nobody's there to cover it. Walton's at third. Second triple in a row for Miles Walton.
Yeah, they're going to rule that as a triple, and Miles Walton making an making a strong case for player of the game. He's 3 for 5. He's got 2 triples. He's got a single, a stolen base, 3 RBIs. A fantastic night for him.
That was just a great read by Walton as he was able to knock that through the infield, get into the outfield, and Blaze just didn't have any good control of that ball whatsoever. And that was off the first pitch, too. That one's in there for a strike here on the first get-go to Christian Perez. 2 triples for Miles Walton. How about that for the young man? That one is outside. Got the edge. That one looked like it was off the plate. And Christian Perez is behind in the count. Hasn't hit since the first inning where he scored an RBI to start off the game. That was the first runs of the day. That one's in the dirt in the righty's batter's box for the 1-2 count. Walton was already Walton was our player of the game not too long ago already. Already a strong case yet again for the young man. 1-2. Got him looking. Outside edge, just kissed it. Yeah, that's a strikeout for Christian Perez looking.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to get rung up on. 83-mile-an-hour fastball. Looked like it was a couple inches off the plate. But a good job by the catcher, Albanese, back there. Able to steal a strike.
Here's KJ Moon. That one gets the outside edge again. The umpire seems like he's got kind of an expanded strike zone. I think he wants to get ready and pack his bags to go home, I think.
That one wasn't as bad of a miss, though. It was just about maybe a half an inch off the plate.
Another one. That one definitely looked like it was in there as he watches it. 0-2 count on a different off-speed pitch. See a dog taking a trip out here at the ballpark. Here's the next delivery. 0-2. That one's in the dirt. Albanese gets away from him for just a second, but able to scoop it up. It's a 1-2 count. But on June 17th, Bark in the Park. Bring your dog to the ballpark here at Palm Springs Stadium. That game is at 7 p.m. If you want to bring your dog, come out and show off that bark. Here's the next pitch upstairs. 2-2. Justin Lee, Stephen Buxton here for Fox Sports 1270 AM, Palm Springs, and Palm Springs Power Baseball YouTube. It's been a pretty eventful one for the Power so far. 10 runs. They're up by 10-0. Next pitch, floater, changeup, misses. 3-2 count for KJ Moon here. It's been a lopsided game for the Coyotes so far. A little bit of a cleaner game. Only one error for both teams. Popped up way up in the air. It's going to the outfield in that gap, racing over. And making the catch is the center fielder, Skinner, as that ball is relayed in. The throw at home misses the tag. And that will score Miles Walton from third. And it's 11-0 for the Power. Sacrifice RBI. It's the second RBI of the night for KJ Moon.
Yeah, KJ Moon's having himself a solid night, too. He struck out the last 2 appearances, one swinging, one looking. But other than that, a sac fly, an RBI triple. He had a single in the third, stole a base. He's been having a good night.
Here is Grayson Gegg, just 2 walks in the last 2 at-bats. Goes off the edge of his bat, sends it on the ground, and out of play for the bullpen. As looks like somebody had some issue there as they threw their glove in the ground. Here's the next delivery here. Got the outside edge for the strike call. Now Gegg's behind an account. 0-2. It's Anthony Sanchez who was out there having a little bit of fun at the bullpen side. Sanchez pitched yesterday in 1 inning pitched. He's looking like to be a promising pitcher for the Power. Got him on the outside edge. Strike 3 looking. So Hunter Beck gets out of it, but the Power add on another run. After the triple by Miles Walton, his second one of the day, and a sac fly from KJ Moon. Power up 11-0 as we're off to the final half inning for the Coyotes.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
So back here, it should be the last half inning for the Power, and the new pitcher to try to finish it out here is Hudson Myers, who is making his season debut here tonight for the Power. It's a left-handed pitcher from Beaumont, California, out of the College of the Desert, another College of the Desert prospect. 6'3", 250 pounds. This is a big guy as he faces off against the leadoff hitter, Cooper Sheff. First pitch upstairs for a ball. Another great outing for the Power pitching tonight.
Yeah, 6 pitchers so far. They've allowed just 3 hits. They haven't walked anyone, and a ton of strikeouts. It looks like they're at
11 strikeouts
already, and they're working on a shutout right now.
That one's in there for a strike on the outside edge for a 1-2 count after Sheff fouled one on the previous pitch. And yeah, we've been talking about that umpire with expanded strike zone. Got a little bit of some, I guess, extracurriculars after the game, but 11-0, oh, can you blame him? Upstairs, misses, swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Corrections, that's actually 14 strikeouts on the game now. We've got 2 from Lucas Zach, 5 from Naun Haro, 4 from Richie Amavisca, 1 each from Riley Ricken, Andrew Baltazar, and Hudson Meyer.
Thank you for that clarification. Yeah, you were right, my friend. That one is missing for a ball here to Keone Young. Last chance for the beer batter to strike out and give these fans who are still here a chance at some discounted beer. Next pitch. Well, the concession stand's already closed, so I shouldn't say that. Fouled off to the right field side. Makes a 1-1 count.
Appreciate the effort. Trying to manifest the fans some cheap drinks.
Trying to help out, you know. They deserve it.
But Hudson Myers, 6'3", 250, a massive human being, left-handed pitcher. Played at Beaumont High School, played at College of the Desert. Had a solid year at College of the Desert, a 3.6 ERA. Didn't have a ton of time out there, just 5 innings pitched. Was there for 3 seasons, though, 21 to 24.
Got the outside edge for the call, 2-2 count. He was also there this morning with a couple of other power player at La Quinta High School, where Rocky took a visit. Give the kids a little bit of little discussion to see about their future and talk about the players' futures over there as well. Hudson Myers, along with a few other players like Johnny Young, your favorite, Steven.
Yeah, Johnny Young out of Texas A&M Texarkana. He was a College of the Desert product too.
Popped up in the air towards the right side. Looks like it might stay in play at the bullpen side, but he let it go. That was Perez at the first base position, who kind of had a chance, but he just elects to let that one go out of play.
But overall, I know the Power have scored more runs in a couple of games, but this is just about as complete of a performance that you could put together. 11 runs, they're working on a shutout. They're two outs away from that. They haven't walked a batter yet.
Here's the next delivery, popped up in the air. This should be easy play, and running from the center field with a sliding grab. Ritter making the catch out in center field. He came all the way down towards that right field side. That's El Paseo Jewelers web gen, if you ask me.
Yeah, great job by Keaton Nato coming all the way over from center field, dead sprint. He had to cover a ton of ground, and the sliding catch at the very end of it, and now the Power just 1 out away.
Nato came in earlier as a pinch hitter. He's out there in center field now. So, sorry, Nato Tornado, but got it mixed up, and he's able to make the catch on a sliding one for the second out, 2-away. 1 more to go to finish off this shutout. 2-0 count here to Albanese, the catcher. That one's upstairs again. 3-0 is the count. And that gets in there for a strike. So Myers trying to finish off a really good day for the Power pitching. 6 different pitchers used tonight. There's the next delivery, popped up in the air. That one's down the third base line. It's still trailing, racing over, and making the catch for the final out there in left field is Miles Walton to secure the victory here for the Power. Final score 11-0. Multiple strikeouts, 6 different pitchers used, and Hudson Myers finishes it off in his first appearance of the season.
Yeah, Justin, it was a fantastic performance. I mean, you can't really poke any holes. They didn't walk anyone. There was 1 hit batter. Just the pitching staff was the story of the night. I mean, 6 pitchers combined for the shutout from Lucas Zach to Hudson Myers at the end of it. I mean, again, you can't poke much holes. Just 3 hits to a team that played really well for the first couple of innings. They were taking it into the 6th inning, and it was a 5-run game, but really that was over a couple mishaps the first 2, but after that they cleaned it up. They had a couple really good innings, and the wheels just fell off.
Definitely did. And Power walk away with another big one here tonight. A lot of big performances here for the Power. Miles Walton, 2 triples, but bunt for single, and 2 RBIs. He gets the job done. Probably will be the player of the game, but consider it a team effort for the Power here tonight as they get another big victory, 11-0. They'll take on the Inland Valley Legends to start off this Friday, the 2-game series. They start the first CPCL game of the season, and the Power are walking through with a 4-game winning streak to start off this strong season. You've been listening here on Power Baseball YouTube channel and Fox Sports 1270 AM Palm Springs. My name is Justin Lee with Stephen Buxton. For all of us here, as we say to our fellow friends and esteemed colleagues at home, we say good night from Palm Springs as the Power once again take Palm Springs and power it up. We'll see you guys this Friday.